Hello and welcome back to Monsters of Monster Hunter Double Cross, where today we are dealing with a Great Maccao, which unfortunately there are no quests featuring only a Great Maccao that are not buggy. So we're going to be doing another buggy quest, and it's this one right here. I don't know why there's an empty spot before the Great Maccao, but there is, and it just lets you know the quest is going to be weird. Defender High and Polisher? Yes, please. I mean, this isn't a quest where we need Defender High, but it's one of my favorite food skills. High base camp. Now, supposedly there is something you can do to get rid of most of the bugs in this quest, so I'm going to go do that first. And then we'll be able to give the Great Maccao our undivided attention. So apparently most of the bugs start happening here, and if you get enough of them out of the way, then they just stop happening for the rest of the quest. So that's what we're going to do. Like, you'll see me taking damage and swinging my weapon around even though there's no monster in here. That's just how the bugs manifest themselves. Like, I'm swinging the weapon because that's one of the countermeasures against the bugs. Apparently, if you swing your weapon enough in the right ways, the bugs stop. So that's what we're going for right now. We're just doing some bug hunting and then some real hunting. Also, sometimes sparklies drop for no reason, and sometimes the dirt becomes carvable. These are just normal bugs known to happen in this quest. Nothing to worry about. Also, just mount meters popping up out of nowhere is normal as well. What passes for normal in some quests is really weird, and also Bunahabras. Will they ever not be Bunahabras? The answer is no, because they literally can't be anything else, but sometimes they're carvable. Oh no, the Great Maccao's here when we still haven't dealt with all the bugs. But sometimes the bugs do move to a different area, so we're going to go ahead and do that. Though I will paint the Maccao so that we can more easily find it once the bugs seem to have stopped completely. Like, there's a point where you can tell that the bugs are going to stop completely. It's when the dirt becomes carvable. That way you know the bugs aren't going to happen again for the rest of the quest. So that's the sign to keep an eye out for. Just watch for when the dirt is carvable. Also, getting smelly for no reason can happen too. Just part of the quest. Something you gotta deal with. Pit traps activating on their own is also a thing that can happen. And that's some carvable dirt, so the bugs are done happening as soon as we're done carving. So let's go play with our Maccao. Unfortunately, we're going to have to go through 2 load screens to find it. Okay, or 3 because it moved while I wasn't paying attention. There he is. I really like Great Maccao. He is a great flightless bird wyvern. Just, they gave so much personality to his animations, and he's got a lot of different animations to use in combat. Easily the most of all of the flightless bird wyverns. Plus, he's even got a special thing where if you break his tail, it can make it so that some of his attacks end with him falling over. Like, just any monster with that much going on, especially for an early tier monster, because this is the monster that this game asks you to fight first. Like, he is a fantastic introductory monster. Like, he's not the introduction to really big monsters, but he is a good introduction to monsters in general. Like, he doesn't quite occupy the role that Kutku did. The way to pick him up off the ground there, Cat. He doesn't occupy the role Kutku did, but he's a good part of the way there and makes it so that the Kutku role isn't such a large departure. So I really do appreciate that Great Maccao exists. And I really find it very dumb that Velocidrome exists in the same game. Like, having this 4th gen bird wyvern here, and then a bunch of 1st and 2nd gen bird wyverns in the same game, it really shows how much the game has changed over the years. And it really makes the older ones show their age. And I feel like if they had instead brought forward the Gen 3 ones, Great Jaggy, Great Baggy, Great Roggy, it would have resulted in a more solid overall package. And we haven't gotten to see this guy do much yet, so I'm going to go ahead and just have my weapon put away for a while. Also, the fact that Great Maccao looks like a parrot is kind of neat. Apparently, congas can take a beating. So I want to see him get up on his tail and then launch himself at us, because now that his tail's broken, he could fall over from it. And it's an interesting thing that they made that be a thing. Yeah, this is what we want to see. Ah, but he didn't fall over for that one. Nor that one. Does it only happen when he's not raging, maybe? Either way, we're past the 10-minute mark, so I'm just going to go ahead and kill him. That didn't take much. Texture-wise, clearly a lot more effort was put into certain parts of Great Maccao than others. Like, on his back over here, right in front of the camera. That is a very stretched texture, and it's not a very good one. But then, like, on his face, we've got some good work going on. And on his legs, that's pretty okay. Kind of like how you can see the bone part of the spikes on the underside of his tail. On the top of his tail, we've also got some decent stuff going on. Like, the tail in general is pretty good. The feathers... That's a very low-res texture. But still, there's some decent stuff going on here. Also, the fact that Great Maccao's got these mitts for hands is kind of neat. Like, he does have fingers, but his hands are very much more usable than any of the other flightless bird wyverns. And that sure is a flash of light. And here are the last of the bugs, getting some Volvidon parts for some reason, despite there not having been one in the quest. And we even got a gold crown for a Volvidon, despite there not having even been one. And with that, we are done with flightless bird wyverns. Join us next time when we get to Yonkutku. See you then, friends.